Hey everybody, welcome back to Jeff Bowl Central. It's been a little bit since I did one of these mental health discussion videos I like to do here. So I'm suffering from a relapsing tooth infection, toothache, that went away for about a week and a half after antibiotics. Didn't take, pain's back, got more antibiotics this morning, gotta wait for those to kick in. So I'm, long story short, doing this through uh, a little bit of pain and a little bit of painkillers. But that's context in case I cut this short, is because it hurts. So it's kind of a running theme in these mental health discussion videos, talking about what it's like having serious mental health or emotional disorders or personality disorders. Stuff that's a little bit harder to deal with than like depression or bipolar. Not that those are easy to deal with. Trust me, I know that they're not. But like I have schizoaffective disorder, which is like schizophrenia, with bipolar kind of attached to it because I've got the bipolar type. And that is serious, though. I am kind of on the road to recovery. It seems I have been getting kind of slowly, steadily better over recent years. But regardless, one of the running themes in these videos, because I talk about me mostly, I talk about what I'm dealing with, because I think that in talking about what I deal with, maybe I can help others. One of the running themes is losing people or losing opportunities, losing careers, losing homes, losing people, losing things, because you can't hold on to them anymore because you've got this this challenge, yeah? Or maybe you never really were able to even accrue things like friends in great amounts. You have problems socially. You never really were able to develop a career. A lot of people with schizoaffective disorder can't work. That's me. I can't hold a traditional job. A lot of people with schizophrenia do work, and they do fine, which is kind of a miracle to me. I really applaud. I applaud those people. But I talked recently, kind of the latest invention for me on this. Especially as it concerns if you've lost friends. See, so again, for a little context, I didn't develop my first. I had my first psychosis when I was about 32. I want to say now. Don't quote me on that, but that's about right. And at that point, I had developed some stuff in my life. I had a home. With my wife, I had a job. I had a lot of friends. I was in a creative writing program at a university, getting my master's degree in creative writing. I had a lot going for me when it was starting to develop. And right when I graduated that program, just a few months later, those stuff really started to hit the fan with this. And I started having my first delusions and hallucinations and just a lot of trouble. And the truth is that when that happened, things started to go. I had to let some stuff go because I couldn't handle the responsibility of it. And people left because it's hard. When you have this, or if you know someone who does, it's kind of a cliche that people with serious mental illness are hard to be around. A lot of the time that is kind of truthful. It is hard to be around this. It's hard to have it. I'm sure it's well, I know it is. It's harder on the inside than it is on the outside, but it doesn't mean it's not easy. It doesn't mean it's easy to watch. And my family and my wife and a couple of my friends stuck with me through thick and thin. And in a way, I'm fortunate. Well, no, I'm absolutely fortunate. But what I meant to say is, in a way, I'm fortunate for that because you really do know who loves you, like in a major way. When you go through something like that and you act the way I did, believe the things I did, behave and say all the things that I did. And so in a recent video, I talked about, you know what, the people that go, let them go, say goodbye, and who cares what they think anyway, because you have the ability to kind of understand yourself. At a certain point in life, you kind of get to know yourself, even if you have some of this more complex I don't know the word, more complex issues. I was trying to think of a cool intellectual psychological word, but I'm not a psychologist, so there you go. I'm a musician and a writer. But anyway, so putting that into practice now, once I've decided, kiss them off, good luck with your life. But you know, I know me, and I know you, and I know you think you know me, and you know, kind of toughening yourself up a little bit mentally so it's easier, I guess, is kind of what that is. Putting it into practice is a little harder, I've come to find out. I still think it's a valuable lesson to be able to let them go, people go, things go. You know, we lost a lot of other things, not just people. But I'm a pretty social person sometimes. I am an introvert. I'm an extroverted introvert. So I do like a lot of alone time as well. But I liked having so many friends. I liked having people who liked me. I liked having supporters. I liked having people who liked my work, my writing, and my music. And I liked feeling like I was part of a community, which I really did when I was doing my degree program and when I had my job and all that stuff. I was lots of communities, right? Those are all gone. And I find myself in kind of a season of loneliness here on that level. I have my beautiful wife, Carrie, still to this day. She's amazing. And I praise the Lord that I have her in my life, really. And I mean that. And I have my family, and I do have a couple remaining friends, but there was a lot. And so I want to talk about like the realities of this, because maybe you're never going to go through something like this where you suddenly find yourself in a season of loneliness. Maybe you know exactly what I'm talking about. I suspect more people do than don't. Everybody's been lonely. Maybe you've never had a mass exodus all at once, which I seem to have had. But I you know, the thing is I kind of have a little bit more faith in life than I used to. And I kind of know that looking back on things, certain things in my life seem to have happened for a reason. And that's just me. I know not everybody travels that distance. But I think you can still find comfort in the lonely times, just because you can maybe think about it this way. I don't have as many friends, but I do have the ability and the time and the focus, the determination, the incentive, more incentive than maybe I would have if they'd stuck around, to better myself. So schizoaffective disorder is marked by hallucinations, delusions, strange thoughts, strange behavior, strange speech. It really takes you down. Psychosis. It's pretty tough. Spent the better part of a decade recovering from it now. Still not there. Still hear weird things and believe weird things and distrust people when I don't need to. Not stuff I really used to do that much beforehand. Again, it's not unusual completely, but it is rarer to develop this stuff in your 30s. And really, I even though I'm a little upset that a lot of people vamoosed, because I miss them. I miss some of these people. Oh, I miss all of these people. They were good people. I don't make any bones about that. But you see, now I can actually really focus on making myself a better man. And that's not to say that mental illness makes you a bad person. That's not at all the case, at all. You didn't ask for this. If you suffer from this, I didn't ask for this. It just sort of happened to me one day, based on the life that I'd had, based on maybe genetics, based on environment. Who knows really why it happened to me? But you know, I wasn't perfect before it happened. Nobody is, I suppose, but I wasn't perfect before it happened. I'm not perfect now. And I know that, you know, for instance, I actually find out that I have a little bit of neediness for people because it never really dawned on me, but I'm a performer. Well, when you're a performer, when you're an entertainer, you often need some kind of feedback from people. You need like, I don't want to be like derisive or I don't want to like shortchange it, but really it's like a love me. Love me, love me, love me. Here, I'll play a song for you. I'll write a cool story for you. Love me, love me. Tell me I'm great. Tell me I'm great. Yeah. I mean, I'm just speaking for myself, but that's got something to do with it. I've been an entertainer since I was a kid. I learned to play guitar when I was 10. And so I see that in myself now, and I see it even clearer because I'll put on a big show on one of these videos and say, yeah, you know, and just let them go and all that stuff, right? But it hurts. It hurts that they goad. It hurts that they up and went, that they goad anywhere. I wish they hadn't, because I miss them. But I understand a lot of why, because my behavior was just not commensurate with who I want to be. And that's sort of the point. Who do I want to be now that I'm recovering? And I have been afforded the opportunity by chance or fate or just circumstance to feel better. Because a lot of people who suffer from personality disorders, emotional disorders, mental illness, the season of suffering, not just loneliness, seems to go on forever. Seems to go on and on and on. And when will I get better? You know, I've had depression since I was little, and I mean little, like 8 years old. And so you know, that's never gone away. It's just become more complex, you know, more ornamental as time has gone on. So I've had mental illness my whole life, you know, in one form or another. And that has in some ways defined me, and I've in some ways learned to cope. In some ways not so much. So some ways I'm still kind of a mess. So I could theoretically focus on the things within me that are in my control, that are not, say, brain chemistry or complex trauma or something like that, right? Things that, I mean, you know, you can work with those things, but something that is easy to, like, low-hanging fruit, right? Neediness. Do I need to be so needy? Or maybe I should just kind of like see this time of relative loneliness as an opportunity. That's one way of doing it. And I think that's the changeover I want to make, because truth be told, I've been sitting here the last few months kind of getting a little, not just sad about it, but a little angry. That my life is not what it once was, right? And I know you can relate to that, because life is dynamic and it's always changing, and you never really know what's going to happen next. You know, but this isn't about them. This is about me. This is my time for me to maybe make myself a little stronger, a little healthier up here, maybe even here in my body. Maybe it's time to invest in other people, the people around me, the people who stayed for start. Yeah, treat my family better, treat my wife better. I desire that. I want that, and I have an opportunity to do something about it. So I'm gonna. That's my decision here, because the more that I make it about me, the more I hurt. You get stuck in your own pain. Trust me, I've done it. You get stuck in your own pain, put on the blinders, lose everybody who's important. Focus on others, though. Try it. Say something nice to someone randomly when they don't expect it. Help somebody who needs help. Be there for people emotionally when they have problems. Be there for people physically when they need physical help. Let people lean on you a little bit. Be less in your head about you. Me. Yeah. I'm talking to me. And that's not so bad. So yeah, I don't get to socialize. I don't get to do stuff much out there anymore. I don't have an audience per se, except for you guys here on YouTube. I don't have a community per se, except for you guys here on YouTube. But maybe that's okay. Maybe that's okay. Maybe it's time to invest in me, and not in a selfish way. Invest in me for others, potentially, hopefully. Make myself better so that I can be better for everybody else, because they were so good to me. You have no idea what the people in my life did for me at that time and continue to do for me. They're angels. They're earth angels, man. They're wonderful people, and I am so lucky to have them. And maybe it's time to pay it back a little bit. Even just by being slightly less difficult. So, in the end, I suppose you can just chalk this up as one of those things that is a phase. Like I said, it's a season. It comes and goes. It's here and then it's gone. And what can you do for yourself and for others? And gosh, is there any real focus that needs really to be maintained in life other than like yourself, your well-being, and the well-being of others? I have work to do. I can make music. I can make these videos. I can watch movies on my ass all day. Sorry, on my butt all day. Because I'm not getting invited anywhere to go to a movie. You get the gist. And I can think. And I can process. And I can practice new behaviors. Try maybe even new modes of thought. That one's harder. To reprogram your mind, that's not super easy, especially if you have mental illness. Go to therapy a little, maybe. Yeah, get better a little bit, well, just a little bit, so that when, not if, but when life shifts again, because it will, I'm ready to be someone more who I'd rather be than who I've been in the last 10 years or so. Maybe you can take some of that and apply it. I hope so. Okay, I'm going to sign off. Like and subscribe if you liked it and you want to subscribe. Jeff Bowles Central. We do music. We do video games. We do mental health stuff and entertainment. That's all I got to say. My birthday's next week. It's my 40th. Hell yeah. I just wanted to throw that in there. All right. Check you out later, guys. Bye-bye.
Saying it ain't worth it anymore. It's just you never given me that look before. That longing gaze